நார்மலாக பேசுறதுக்கும்
நார்மலாக பேசுறது எப்படி இருக்குது அவனுக்கு பேசுறது எப்படி இருக்குது
தான் பார்க்குதே அந்த வியூவை கீழே இறக்கணும் நீ இங்கே அப்படிக்குது எங்களுக்கு அங்கே அப்படிக்குதுன்னு
அவன் நம்மகிட்ட ஃபோன் அனுப்பி பேசுவானே மேடம் யாருன்னா பண்ணாதான் பட் அவனா ஃபோன் பண்ணி நாங்கள் அப்படி இல்லாமல் இடத்த விட்டு போயிச்சு போனால் போதுன்னு சாமி நினைச்சு அதுக்கு நேரத்துக்கு சரியே தெரியல அது படிச்சிருக்குது
நமக்கு தான் பேசுகிற இந்த மாதிரி பேசினேன் அன்னைக்கு பாதி தானே இது வாங்கி கொடுத்தான் நம்மளுக்கு
இல்லை அவன் வாங்கி கொடுக்குறான்
நானே சாக்காடு அதான் பூஜை முடிச்சு கீழே வச்சேன் நான் எல்லாம் வேணாம
பொண்ணுக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன கேளு என்ன வேணும் நான் ஐஸ் ஆகணும் நைட்டு போய்க்கிறாங்கப்பா கீழே இறக்கி விட்டுலாமான்னு பார்த்துனுங்க ஸ்டாண்டு ஸ்டெப் இறக்கிட்டு கரெக்டாக உக்காந்து பார்க்குது நல்லா சரின்னு நினைக்கிறேன் பார்க்கலாம்
மழையெல்லாம் தெரியலமா
மழை தான்
வேணும்
இதான் வந்துருக்குதான் எதுனா இது கொட்டை நல்லா தெரியுதுடா நல்லா நம்ம ஜூம் அவுட் பண்ணால் தெரிய போகுது ஃபுல்லாக மலையை உட்காந்து
மேடம் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் இவ்வளோ ஃபீஸு என்ன நினைப்பாங்க இல்லை மேடம் உங்கள் டீம் தான் என் டீமு அவங்க டீமெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் எதுவும் கிடையாது
இந்த கேமரா இருந்தால் ஆன்லைன் போயிடா போர்த்து கேமரா தான் போட்டேன்
சாப்பிட்டு வரான் காலைல சாப்பாடு சாப்பிடலாம் சாப்பிட்டு வரேன்
யாரு என்ன இது ஒன்று டைட்டாக இருக்குது இதுவும் நல்லா இருக்கு ரெடினா ஒரு ஃபோன் பண்றா. நீ ரெடினா ஒரு ஃபோன் பண்ணு. சொல்றா. ஆ ம் ம் சரி.
the gap. Would definitely get a boundary. Deepika is not happy with their delivery. Starts off with a full toss and gets the treatment. Good start to the fifth over. Satya slowly shifting those gears, trying to play proactive cricket. Balls one outside the off stump, which she respects and let it alone. Very good intent shown by the team. Sri Ramakrishna Cricket Trust, because we have seen what happened in the last game where one of their batter went inside a shell from where she was not able to find the boundaries or even look those single runs, take those single runs. That kind of innings put them under immense pressure and they ended up as the losing side. Should also mention that spectacular performance from Anupriya, the left arm spinner. But other than that, they could have went on to clinch a victory where they fell short of runs. Has now learned their lesson. In this game, they've looked aggressive, they've looked proactive, trying to score runs all round, not wasting any time in the middle. Both of the batters striking at more than 100, that's a positive sign. That's definitely a good sign for the batting side. Deepika conceded 6 runs so far. It would end as a 6-run over. Over comes to an end. The score is 49 for 1. Single taken. The misfield has allowed 2 runs to be completed quickly there. Wicketkeeper not happy with that effort. An interesting thing about the wicketkeeper is that she doesn't wear inner gloves. Beautiful scenes here. The Willow cricket ground looks really greenish. Good outfield as well. Excellent place to play cricket. With the wind blowing, with the fast wind, heavy wind always blowing from one end to the other, gives a sense of breeze and calmness to the players. Sheba C has been handed off. The ball, who starts off conceding 2 runs and then now has conceded a wide delivery down the leg side. This is something that every team could improve on. Working on their bowling, perhaps they could try things like sport bowling and stuff that could improve their bowling in terms of their accuracy. Because so far we haven't seen any bowler except quite a few who haven't conceded any extras. So ultimately, when it becomes when you're not conceding any extra, we haven't seen that much of an intent or an aggression from the batters as well. Again, that's a poor delivery, and that's another wide to the over. Straight up, not good bowling from Shiba. Conceding too many extras first off. That would be a dot ball. First dot ball of this particular over. Has started off giving away 4 runs. Last over of the power play. Satya would definitely have that in mind. 13 or 15. Plays it straight down the ground. Work for the fielder, who cuts it off eventually. Within that, 2 runs comfortably taken. And the score moves on to 55 after 5.3. Very good over this in the context of the game. Cut away in the gap for 1 run. Or maybe the single might have been restricted there. Need to confirm. Yes. That fielding effort has allowed the bowler to back up. Poor bowling. That's the 4th wide of this over. And Sheba is not looking under control. Perhaps she might not have properly warmed up before coming to bowl this particular over. Or don't know if she would have expected to bowl inside the power play. Anyway, she's not bowling in the right areas. One goes down the leg side, one is far outside the off step. Two extreme deliveries. And this has been such an ordinary over in terms of standard and execution from Sheba. Plays it straight down the ground. Work for the fielder, who cuts it off. 11 came off that over. So that means, and the overthrow would make it 12. That means 61 is the score on board after the end of the power play. That's a very good total. That's a massive total on board for the batting side. Slightly overcast conditions. We can expect the rain to stay away from Vellore Cricket Ground, where we see some quality cricket. These two, Sri Satya and Shweta, is building a solid partnership. An unlikely drinks break. So we have a pause in play. Tibiga, who bowled a decent in her first over, now bowls a really poor delivery that should have been a wide if she just let it alone, but decides to put bat on board. Should have just let it alone. Could have been a wide down the leg side, but somehow she manages to put bat on board and gets 1 run for that. Solid start for Sri Ramakrishna Cricket Foundation. Looks like they've learned a lot from their last game. Place it really late. Place it towards a point for a single. Heavy breeze there, look at that. That's a wind of great magnitude. Something we see often the Vellore cricket ground. Inside edge. Could be just 1 run. Or maybe 2 runs. Running towards the danger, and that was a right call. Good running between the wickets. Dot ball. First dot ball of the bigger spell. Has been a decent over in terms of the context of the game. Has the responsibility to end it well and does it. Ends the over in a good fashion. Only 5 runs came of it. And after 7, the score is 66 for 1. It's been a good batting performance this from Sri Ramakrishna Cricket Trust. Plays that one really well. Batter should be careful there, running straight in the pitch. Ashwini coming for the first time today. Starts off with giving away a single. Has to be careful about the line and length. Here you can see a heavy wind blowing from left to right. So the bowlers would definitely have some assistance from the surface. But if they bowl such kind of freebies, it could only become easier for the batters to score runs. Full toss put away. Will that go all the way? There is protection who makes a fumble, but fortunately for them, nothing has caused off that fumble. Again, worked on the onside. Straight to the fielder for a single. Very good partnership. The solid partnership between Shweta and Satya. Both of them doing a good job. They couldn't come up with a decent enough total in the last key. Ended up as a losing side, so they've in fact learned a lot from it. They were played themselves in such a way that they kept on scoring, as in given a lot of time and space for the bowlers to build a momentum. .5 overs, 70 for 1. Ball sit outside the off stump, single taken quite comfortably. Just 5 runs came off this over. So the flow of runs has been restricted lately. After 8, the score is 71 for 1. Shweta batting on 25 of 23. Deepika, who has bowled a decent last over, has been given the ball. Works it towards the covers region, where the fielder does a wonderful job in cutting it off. Fielding standard has been really good throughout the tournament. We have seen some excellent run-outs, some direct hits, some good catches. It has been the bowling and batting standard that needs to be raised. Well, today it has been a good batting show by these two. Except from that, we haven't seen some magnificent innings. We have seen signs of aggression from particular players, but other than that, we haven't seen something spectacular. Let's hope that today they might be eyeing upon something like that. These two, Sri Satya and Shweta. Satya slightly on the lower side now in terms of strike rate, but it's acceptable when one player is going well. You can always play the role of anchor. Even if you take some time in the middle, that's acceptable if you can make up for it. That would have been a wide if she just would have let it alone. Very good over this. Pressure slightly building on Satya. She has played well so far, but now has produced 4 consecutive dot balls. A boundary would definitely balance the equation. Left alone, that would be called a white, or perhaps that's a legal delivery. Umpire is not interested. And after over number 9, just one run came off that over. The score is 72 for 1. Just one run came off that Deepika's last over. It has been the story. Sweta takes a single right away, then gives strike to Satya, who plays a lot of dot balls. So now it has become the responsibility of Satya to keep the scorecard moving. We've seen what happened in the last game where they went inside a shell from which they were not able to get out. That's a poor delivery. Would be called a wide. Ashwini missing her mark completely there. Ball one down the leg side. This time, outside the off stump would be another wide delivery. Has to be careful there. Once you're playing cricket at a professional level, you have to have a certain discipline when it comes to bowling. Because there are a lot of people watching and you would expect a better quality of cricket being displayed. Place it straight down the ground this time. And Satya is off the mark with a single. Again tries to play it through the covers, and the misfield would not make a massive difference as that remains as a dot ball. Cut away straight to the fielder. Again, that's a dot ball. Dot balls are definitely not going to help the batting side, and now that direct hit would have allowed the single to be completed. Really unfortunate there for the fielding side. Nothing wrong with what the fielder, or in fact the wicket keeper, has done. Sri Satya batting on 23 of 31. A good looking scorecard out there. Last game they were in a drought of runs where none of their batters were able to apply themselves. And that slow innings from one particular player has resulted in a negative impact or an influence, leaving the team in chaos. Well, in this game, they've come up with a different game plan, different strategy, and so far it has worked for them. Nothing much, just trying to rotate the strike. And whenever they get the loose deliveries, they are definitely looking to catch on that and convert them. With that shot, over number 10 comes to an end. The score is 79 for 1. That means Deepika would be finishing her 4 over quota. She is really good in the middle overs, bowling with a semi new ball. Deepika is someone who has got a lot of experience in her back, has the ability to produce wicket as well. Let's see how she deals on with the proceedings. Soft hands, single. Deepika PON bowling a last over where Shweta gets back into strike. Gets a pretty ordinary delivery which has to be called a wide. Poor bowling, really poor bowling there. Once your team is on the back foot, once you've already leaked so much runs in the form of extras, it's really important that the captain should have a word with their fielders and bowlers. Just tell them to contain the flow of runs. Even if not take wickets, just contain the flow of runs. Bowl in the right areas. So far, if we have something to measure the amount of extras bowled in this tournament, that would be sky high. A lot of work there for the fielder who does a good job by signal by the umpire. Nothing wrong with that delivery. Has to be only careful about the extras they are bowling. Other than that, has been a decent job. Again, quick single being completed. Credit has to be given for these two batters for rotating the strike really well, putting pressure back on the bowlers.